Hey everyone, I am here today to do a color comparison for you. I am here to color compare two Estetica colors. The one I have on my head is R1426H, and I'm going to compare the color RH1226. So R1426H with Mellow in RH1226. So I'm really excited to do this. I actually have on my head right now Ocean by Estetica. I purchased this wig exclusively to do this color comparison. I found a deal on Mercari actually, which I haven't really shopped on much. It's kind of like eBay. And it was a good enough deal that I felt that if this color didn't work for me, I could just sell it and maybe be out hopefully $10 or less. So I'm going to try to make my money back, but if I can, I'll be okay with that, because it's really important to me to be able to make valuable videos and videos that bring good information to you guys, and sometimes that means I've got to spend a little to be able to do that. It's sort of my hobby, so I'm okay with that. Anyway, so first of all, I want to just say I love Ocean. I cannot explain my love for Ocean because she goes against everything that I typically don't like in a wig. The length, she's very long for me. The permatease, she has so much permatease, and she doesn't have a monofilament. She does have a really good lace front though. So this is actually the third Ocean that I've purchased. I have Ocean in two other colors, and oh my gosh, this one looks just as good as the others. It's just, I love Ocean so much. So I just wanted to say that to you guys, because if you're looking for a good long length wig and you tend to like some permatease and some volume, you might want to give Ocean a look, and I do have a review of Ocean out there, so check that out. Alright, so let's get to this comparison. You know, I think colors are just so hard, and sometimes when color codes are very similar and close to each other, that can be even harder. And so I think it is really helpful to see these comparisons of colors that are very close, in case you're on the fence. That can help you to make a decision. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time inside here. I've already filmed the outside of these colors. At the end of that, I say, okay, now let me get inside for you guys. I filmed that first, but I'm going to put this first in the video so I can introduce it. So anyway, R14, so this one on my head, R1426H. This color is blonde. There's no doubt about it. It's to someone who likes really light blondes, it may be considered a dark blonde, but for a brunette, make no mistake about it, this is a blonde color. 14 in the color spectrum is considered a dark blonde, and 26 is considered more of a golden blonde. I do have a color chart in my blog that lists like all the color codes and what those numbers mean, so please check out. It's just www.heywigsister.com. It's my blog. I do sell sometimes wigs there, so this one is likely to get posted there because I don't think I'm going to be able to wear it without rooting. But I also do try to put helpful information on there. So color, it's really important that you start to understand those codes. Okay, so 14 is more of a dark blonde, whereas 12 is more of a light brown. And so I think the biggest difference between the two of these, and you will see that in the outside video, is the fact that this one has almost like it's almost like a blonde with the low lights. You can really see, especially in outside light, kind of the contrasting blonde and brown. That's very easy to see outside, whereas here you don't really get that contrast as much. A little bit, but it's not as pronounced as when you see here. So let's kind of look at these side by side. Make sure I'm in here. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see it in here, but it's definitely easier to see outside. And then when you look at the top of them as well, you can really kind of see. So as a brunette, I will tell you that this one's easier for me because of the contrast, whereas this just doesn't have that. I also feel as though the contrasting 12 in here gives this a bit more of a warm tone versus the 14 gives this one a bit more of a neutral to ashy tone. I wouldn't exactly call 1426 ashy, but I think it leans more ashy, more neutral to ashy, whereas this leans more neutral to warm. So that's also something that I think you need to kind of consider. Do you like warmer colors or more ashy colors? So such a pretty blonde though. I mean, I just love kind of just how the colors blend together. Very, very pretty. And then in this color, that root or that lace front is just really amazing. Just kind of seamless. I'm going to throw Mellow on for you really quickly so that you can kind of see how it looks different with my complexion. I definitely really prefer the root. I just think it makes such a difference in a color that light. And I believe that color does come in a rooted version. So maybe I need to try that one. I don't know. Okay, so Mellow, actually I haven't combed her out. She's been in her box. So she might be a little messy, but I'm getting a little warm down here. I filmed outside and it's already, I think it's about 11 a.m. and it's like over 90 degrees already. We're heading to like 100 or something today. I was just dying out there. Can you see though how that just that contrasting color with my complexion really enhances it? I think because I'm a natural brunette, I need those low lights. I just really do. I understand I look good in a lot of colors and I'm so blessed for that, but I definitely think when you get those low lights, they just complement me a little bit more. So let's, I'll hold her up side by side this time. I know, you know, doing all of this makes these videos a little long, but I'd rather be thorough and let you guys decide if you need to skip forward 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 60 seconds than to not do enough because my attempt to make these videos short and then you don't get the information you need. So feel free to use that skip button frugally or judiciously or however you choose. So can you see when it's on me that this one, you can just sort of see those low lights? I'm really hopeful that you can. I can't see what I'm doing, so hopefully that was good, but then you can kind of see how you've got that contrasting color up there and you just don't have that as much here. So alright guys, I'm going to stop this part of the video. I'm going to get outside for you and hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if you have questions. I'm not going to close out that other part of the video. I'm just going to tack it on. So if you have questions, let me know. Again, get to know your color codes. That can be really helpful, but please keep in mind, that's only part of the story. 2 companies can use the 12 color, and as long as it's a blended color or a highlighted color where there's other colors involved, then color placement is going to be crucial. How much of the 12 did they use versus how much of the other color versus the other manufacturer who has the same color codes but they blended them differently. All of that's really going to matter. So that's what makes this hard. But the more you know, the more you educate yourself, the easier it'll be. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Stick around for the outside look. Alright everyone, here we are outside with the 2 colors we've got on the left. Let me push these boxes back. So we've got Ocean in the color R1426H. That's Ocean. And then we've got Mellow in the color RH1226. So let's get a good look from sort of all angles on these 2. You can see Mellow has a lot more kind of low lighting highlights. That's the 12, which is a light brown, versus Ocean, that's the 14. It's a light or a dark blonde. So it's really kind of almost like this one's a blonde with some lowlights, and that one doesn't quite have the same lowlights. Okay, I'm going to flip these guys around for you. All right, here we are. So now that you don't see the faces of the mannequin, that can really make a difference. In the depth of color, there's a lot more depth of color on Mellow over here, the 1226 versus the 1426. It's a lot more blended looking in the 1426. And then if we go to the top again, you can kind of see that highlighting pattern with the darker and the lighter that you don't really see in the 1426. Get up here. Hopefully we're seeing a good... When I look at this in my phone, I can't tell how it's going to come out because it's so bright out here. Makes the screen hard to read. As a brunette, I really like that 1226. The 1426 is just a bit too light overall for me. I think what I've found is I can wear the 1226 without rooting now. I didn't used to be able to do that. I can do that now. Don't think I can wear this 1426 without rooting. I just think it's too light. Here, let me flip them around again. All right, I just wanted to give you a glance at the... So keep in mind, Ocean over here, 1426, it has no mono part. Mellow has a mono part. That's going to make a little bit of a difference. But you can just see when you kind of go at the part line, you can see the highlights. It's just so much more subtle in the 1426. So if you're a blonde and you're trying to decide which colors for you, this is really going to lean darker. I would also say warmer. I think this one leans warmer. That one leans just a tad ashier. It still has warmth to it. I think it's more neutral, whereas this one leans warmer. All right, let me get inside for you and get them on my head.